A good question has been asked, and that is, would you, from your own experience, Triin, think from your own experience something that female founders need to work on to close the funding round? What would you say women should really think about?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we briefly touched the point about the risks, because women and men, you probably all know that it tends to be that they are asked different questions. Women are asked more preventative questions, whilst men are asked more promotional questions. Like, for example, a woman can be asked about retention and how many daily active users you have, or monthly daily active users you have, and then a male founder can be asked a question about acquisition at the same time, and more kind of promotional, right? About, how to acquire customers, which is, much more promotional than let's talk about your customer retention, which women get much more. So I think one thing you need to prepare for is how to turn these questions around and be wary of these type of kind of risk questions towards you, and be prepared to kind of turn them around to more kind of promotional answers, and show, like, this from a more promotional perspective. So I think try to be aware of these questions. Yes. But also I think know your numbers. I see a lot of women not knowing the numbers and relying their CFOs or the co-founders. Know the basics. No investor expects you to be able to read your financial model to them by heart without looking at the table, but know your basic numbers, and be able to kind of respond to these questions. Do your homework around that. It's so important. And when you talk in numbers, because especially with male investors, right? Talking about market size, customers, customer acquisition costs, talk numbers. They love numbers. And
that's very important. Yeah. As you can tell, everybody, Triin and I could talk for a very long time on this subject, because we know how important it is to get inside the investor's head. It's what we've been doing today is helping you to think about this. So, how you approach your whole investment journey is going to be better understanding how investors think at different stages of that investment process, whether it's angel investing or whether it's venture capital investing. Really understanding how they think will really determine how you can then turn that around to make yourself attractive to investors.